Alrighty, so you guys have just climbed aboard the SS Griffin, um, and sped off into the night air as Saren and Cormac have kind of led you away from Rivertown, and you are starting your journey toward the orc capital city of Drakthal. As you kind of get aboard, Cormac and Saren kind of give up to the front or the top of the ship where you can kind of have all the controls and things like that. As they kind of start talking amongst themselves, not really giving you the grand tour or anything like that because they're not really into all that. But I will let you guys go ahead and take the floor. What are you guys up to?
Alara is didn't realize what she's getting herself into quite when she got on the ship because she didn't realize it goes up completely. She knew it flew, but she didn't like comprehend that she's getting on a flying ship, and she is higher than she's ever been because she's from below ground. So she's
Mm-hmm.
hiding in the corner of the ship, just kind of pretending she's not scared, but Carson's like almost a little more
Sure.
pale purple.
Okay. Sure. With the rest of you guys.
Oh, uh, so Zol is kind of like, I don't want to say backseat driving, but but she's like, um, next to is it Saren? I don't know why I can't remember.
Saren.
Saren and Cormac, and she's kind of like learning the lay of the land for the ship. Um, wow, that's such a cool lever gear. It does this, it does that. Like kind of ship talk with the boys. Not really bossing them around, but like, why don't you do this instead of that? Like with her military experience, kind of
Okay.
asking around.
Sure. Okay. Dan as.
Thea is going to go up and she's going to cross her arms and wait for a time while they're not talking shop,
Okay.
just listening to them. And
Sure.
she has questions.
Okay.
As will be in the bottom right part of the ship, like on the opposite side of can't remember names. Names are already.
Alara.
Alara.
Alara. I was gonna say Alara, so I was close. Alara. And we'll just be like watching the crew and like kind of like peeking over to see what like Alara's like reading or like doing and like people spying.
Okay. Um. Alrighty. So, um, Saren, who's kind of watching Zelena, as she's just like peeking over like their shoulders and stuff like that. He goes, no, not that lever. No, not that. If you don't see, okay, that one right there starts the laser cannons. All right, so you don't want to. No, not that button either.
Well,
Cormac. Here,
uh,
I have an idea for you. I have a very important job here aboard the SS Griffin. All right, you are going to keep watch. Ah, illustrious job aboard the SS Griffin, don't you say, Cormac? Uh, yeah, it's a great job. Good for someone of your eyes. Perfect. So, what I need you to do is see the front of the ship. Yep. You're gonna stand up there, and you're just gonna look. You're not gonna touch anything. You're just gonna look. All right. And when you see, I don't know, people throwing things at us or casting spells or a dragon perhaps roaming the skies, you're going to alert us, all right? And we will make evasive actions to get out of the way, all right?
hmm, whatever.
Wonderful. I never thought. And he's talking to Cormac, and then he goes to like look back at the front of the ship, and Thea's right there in his face. He's like, "Oh, and you! You're such a bright, shining star in my life. What can I do for you, Theobald?
Theobald?
I'm sorry, I don't remember your name.
Thea.
Thea, right.
I was wondering why we scampered up the ship so quickly and ran away from your fellow musical talent that you so happened to share that lovely time on the stage with.
Oh, well, see, the thing is we were haven't confirmed our financial contracts just yet. They say I should pay them this, I say they should pay me that. Neither side has agreed, so might as well just separate due to artistic differences. What do you say, Cormac? And Cormac goes, "Oh yeah, absolutely, boss. Absolutely. Artistic differences."
I don't believe you.
I believe what you want, but I did send you aboard free of charge, room and board, to a place that you want to go to, didn't I? I mean, I can have Cormac drop you off at the nearest town if you wish.
You're right, but
There's always a
pay
but
them.
with people like you.
Me? What do you mean
Eh,
people like me?
Oh, with the faiths and whatnot, always getting all religious and uptight about things. Should live a little, Thea.
I live plenty, trust me. But pay those people if you're truly meant to pay them. Don't just shrug it off as differences. And she turns around and she leaves and she's gonna go over by Zol.
Did you get sent over here in the kids' corner too?
No, I was trying to talk him into paying those other musicians he had with him, and he said that they had artistic differences.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
I don't
Definitely
believe
heard
it.
that story before.
I just don't know if this was a good idea. I don't trust them.
I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll get to Draxall, you know, we'll lose him somehow, and, you know, it'll be a chance for him to make a good living in another place, a new place. I'm sure he'll find plenty to keep him busy.
You promised to show him around.
Yes,
Are
I
you,
did. Yes,
are
I
you
did.
gonna do that?
Yes, I keep
Okay.
my promises.
I was just curious.
Yes, I keep my promises. I'm a woman of my word.
I
I
didn't
just don't
doubt that.
promise to do much else after that. Unless Cormac has any ideas. I mean, I don't know if you noticed. Anyone with eyes would notice, but he's hot.
I mean,
It's
he's just
just,
not my type. But
I don't know. It's just kind of soon, though. I mean,
soon for what?
it's a long story. It's just complicated when it comes to romance for me.
I wish I could say
Trusted
I
someone
understand
I
you.
shouldn't have, but I thought I could trust them, and that's what it's a really hard part. But I'm proving my worth. There's no more going back on that, so.
And Thea puts a hand on Zol. She's like, when you're ready to tell or say about your past or anything, you, I may not
Sorry, you cut
understand.
out. What did you say?
She puts a hand on Zolina's shoulder and she's like, when you're ready to talk about your past or just to get something off your chest, you can come to me. I may not completely understand, but I'll always be here to listen.
I mean, since we're on our way to Drakthal now, and plenty of people that I know are going to see me, now is as good a time as any, but I mean, I don't want to go into the details. I fucked up, you know? I was in the guard. I'm ashamed of my mistake. I trusted someone that I thought I could love, and he betrayed me for military secrets. So, yeah, it was a pretty big mess up. But, like I said, I'm proving my worth. It'll be fine. I appreciate if you didn't mention anything to Cormac about what I said.
I won't say a thing.
Thank you.
It's not my past to spread.
Thank you.
I'm sorry that that person betrayed you and trusted them to not say anything and they ended up doing that. You don't deserve that. I can tell that you're a good person. You have a good soul within you.
Many orcs do. We just get a bad rap.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people get that if they're somewhat different.
Well, I guess I have to keep watch for dragons and such, so you want to help me?
I don't know if any dragons are actually going to come, but sure.
I kind of hope so. I would love the chance to ride a dragon or slay a dragon.
I would like to see one far away.
Fair enough.
Alara is going to like look over at Az and be like, "Do you know how this thing flies?"
I assume some sort of magic. I don't know. Have you figured it out?
No, I not yet. Is that a bird? No.
No. Usually, I figured you'd be studying it piece by
Well,
piece, mechanism by mechanism.
I will as soon as I locate. And she's like thinking of something real fast. She's like the blueprints for the ship, and that will definitely tell me exactly how this works and how it's safe and how it's dangerous and how it could fly out of the sky and how we could
Well,
fall.
do you want
And
to go
how
look around together for it?
like walk.
Sneak around, you know.
I think I don't know.
Do
I
you
don't know
need
if
me
it's
to
safe
carry you
to.
around? You need a
No,
piggyback ride?
no, no, not at all. I I think it's very safe to be right here in this corner where I have both arms on the ledge in case of
Looks
a
like
fall.
it looks
And
like the planks beneath you are kind of bending a little bit. You might want to walk
she
over this
looks
way.
underneath and she's like, "No, are you kidding? Are you for real right now?"
I don't know. Come look at it from my angle.
But then my weight wouldn't be here.
We could switch spots.
She's like, "Okay," and she's like gripping onto the ledge and like not even looking over. She's like sliding, almost crawling over to your side.
Are you gonna be okay, kid?
Kid.
Start sliding back. How dare you, sir?
No. Gets the right there. Take that back. I am not a child. I've graduated 3 times already.
And your point.
That I have a master's.
What happens if something hits the back of the ship?
I have no idea.
So why don't we go towards the middle of the ship, where it's probably the safest?
But there's no railing.
We can go to the front of the ship where there's a railing.
That's
You can
the
hold
ship
on to my arm all the way till there.
goes down. Why did you fling me off?
I have no reason to.
You have a reason not to either.
Correct. It's called a little bit of trust. We've already been in perilous danger together before, so I'm sure it'll be okay.
Okay. We'll try to
I
make it
will.
to the
I
front
will
ship.
walk it very slow. You set the pace.
And she's almost at snail's pace, going around, clinging, not even looking over, crawling to the front of the ship.
Oh.
No, there's too much weight. You're gonna
Ship
wait. If there's too much
capsizes.
weight in the front of the ship now, are we gonna fall forward?
No, I'm sure it'll be fine.
And she's like hiding here now. Like, I'm not so sure. There might be
All right,
two
I'll
more
go
ways
on the opposite side to make sure that it stabilizes.
this person. She's yelling up to Saren and Cormac. Be like, how safe is this thing?
Safe enough.
I mean, we haven't lost anyone yet, at least. And Cormac goes, not this week, anyways.
She just looks at like as like shit.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
That's not trusting. I don't know when the last time this ship was even expected.
Probably when it was built. Or commandeered by these guys, because who knows if they actually bought it or not.
Fair.
It was a gift, actually.
Bye.
A little bluebird.
Interesting.
Well, are you sure it's safe? How is it flying? When was the last time it's expected? And have you ever
Yes.
crashed before?
You ask quite a lot of questions.
Well,
I mean, I really didn't ask a lot of questions either when I got it. It was a gift. We performed for some princess or whatever. And he liked me so much that he crafted a ship of magic.
I don't trust it. Your blueprints,
Blueprints? What's that?
you know, like how the ship was put together. You know,
Why would I need that?
oh, in case it breaks, you gotta fix it.
Oh, I never thought about that. Cormac, did you think about that? No. Oh, I guess we're screwed if it breaks.
I am surrounded by idiots. Oh, oh my gosh. Gods.
All I can get right now is, Mom, are you sure the water's sanitary?
Looks questionable to me.
Wait, what's that from?
Tarzan.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, it'll be probably by dawn or so before we get to Crimson Island, our first stop before we get to Drakthal. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the hay. Cormac, you coming? Yeah, might as well. All right. Well, good night to you all. You can sleep wherever you want. You find a space, nook or cranny to sleep in.
Who's gonna be at the helm to like fly the ship?
Oh, well, good news is I know where Crimson Island is, and as long as I know where it is, the ship kind of just knows. I need these things called star charts to map places, safe passages through the skies. I have a star chart from here. I have one to Bellevue, one to Crimson Island. Yeah, I used to have more than someone stole them.
I can see why. I mean, well, that's awful.
Yeah, absolutely. So, the more star charts we get, the more places we can visit.
Sure.
Yes. Well, we really appreciate you taking us along on this journey with you, and I hope you rest well, both of you.
I don't expect any breakfast or anything in the morning. We're not that quite hospitable, but it's smooth sailing from here. Good night,
Excellent.
folks.
Good
And
night.
Cormac and Saren. There's like a little door that kind of reaches to like a central type of thing, and the both of them go inside.
Well,
If this ship crashes, I'm gonna be pissed.
if this ship crashes and you survive, you'll be thankful that you made it. I'm sure everything will be fine. Try not to worry too much.
The last
As
time,
like smirk underneath that comment, like, oh, all right.
well, I'll try not to worry. The last time I tried not to worry, everything went wrong. And she
Oh.
like storms off.
We should all get a good night's rest because who knows what we're in for tomorrow.
You're right. We're going to Crimson Island, he said?
I'm sure everything will work out fine. Like Zol said, let's get some rest.
Would Zol know I'm assuming she would since she's from Drekthal, but Crimson Island is not like the Blazing Dunes or anything, right?
No, it's not anywhere. Yeah, it's in Murkmire.
Okay. So, that would Zol know that that is on the way, in fact?
Um, Possibly if
Okay.
she knows the world.
I don't think.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. She
yeah.
hasn't really gotten out a ton, so I'm gonna say she doesn't then. Okay, well, let's all get a good night's rest. Good night. And she's gonna go find a corner or something to crawl into.
All right, everyone else, going to bed or do
Alara,
they? Yeah.
Alara's gonna go underneath the stairs and like tie herself to a stair. She's extra safe with turbulence.
Oh my god.
Thea's in her corner by herself, and she's gonna do her normal nighttime prayer routine and then go to sleep.
Okay. Everyone else falls asleep.
Yep.
Alrighty. There you go. All right. So the next morning, y'all wake up, kind of get prepared as the light kind of has gone. Let me go ahead and change this to daytime. The steady hum of the Zeppelin's engines vibrate through the deck as the airship descends, dipping below a patchwork of silver clouds. Below, a town sprawls lazily on the banks of a winding river. Its buildings are a mix of timber and stone, their rooftops streaked with the wear of wind and time. The docking tower rises above the town like a sentinel, its wooden beams reinforced with iron, ropes swaying as airships tether in and out of the port. As Saren expertly guides the ship towards its mooring, the wind catches his dark hair, and he flashes one of his signature devil-may-care grins. "Well," he says, adjusting the cuffs of his coat, "welcome to Crimson Island. Not much to look at, but it has good drinks, better music, and most importantly, a well-stocked market." Beside him, Cormac, the massive orc, rolls his shoulders with a grunt. "Aye, but let's not linger. The longer we stay, the more likely trouble finds us." His sharp eye scans the docks as he hefts his great axe onto his back. The docking crew secures the airship and the gangplank extends with a soft creak. The scent of wood smoke, river mist, and the fresh bread drifts through the air. People bustle through the marketplace just beyond the port, where merchants peddling wares, travelers are haggling, and the occasional pickpocket slips through the crowd with nimble fingers. The town's main street stretches along ahead, with shops and taverns. A few noteworthy places catch your eye. The Rusty Flask, a rowdy tavern with golden lanterns hanging from its sign, promising great drinks and stronger rumors. Brindle's Bazaar, a general goods shop. A Tinkerer's Nook, a mechanical oddities shop. Its windows cluttered with gears, lenses, and trinkets that hum with arcane magic. And the Shaded Alley Market, a narrow shroud of stalls where more questionable nature items can be found if you know who to ask. Saren clasps his hands together. "Right then, we'll need supplies, food, fuel, and perhaps a little entertainment. So let's make things quick here." He glances at each of you, smirking. "And try not to get arrested this time, Cormac." Cormac sighs. "Or stabbed." And Saren says, "When y'all ready, we're gonna meet in the Rust Flask, alright? I have a contact there that I need hold of. So, town's yours. Enjoy." And Cormac and Saren both head off towards the tavern.
Did he say stabbed?
He
Mm.
did.
We don't know under what circumstances. I'm sure it was fine. More importantly, we need to focus on supplies. What we need to survive. So, what does everyone need?
Well, I suppose we need.
Information.
But what kind of information?
I don't know.
Thea, do you think that anyone here might know anything about any of those dark shards? Obsidian shards?
Thea looks. She does a quick spin around looking to see if there's any holy churches or temples of any sort here.
Yeah, sure. So, you see, that towards kind of the central area of town, there is the Church of Everlight, which is just kind of a non-denominational church for the faith, that does prayers and general healings and things like that, which is going to be located here. Yeah.
Well, it looks like there's a non-dominational temple over there. I don't know if they know anything about the light, though.
It's probably too risky to just walk around saying you're Lightborn. So,
We don't know what that means.
right.
Exactly.
Well, we should probably just get some general supplies, some rope, some food rations.
Can Az determine if there's anywhere for like bounty hunters?
Um, just by quick glance, yeah, that the shaded alley might be kind of your best bet for a little bit more shadier things.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you've never been to this town before.
Mm-hmm.
To know any time, there's no like, there's not like an immediate like bounty hunters guild or
Right.
anything like that. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna head down over to the shadier looking alley to see what trinkets they have and see if there's any information and passing through like any of the bounty hunters that may or may not be there.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's kind of this area right down here.
If anyone wants to come with me, you're welcome to, but I don't know what's going to be down there.
I'm gonna actually poke my head into the temple to see if there's any statues, if there's any symbols of the light, or, just see. Doesn't hurt to check.
Okay. Well, we can meet back here in an hour.
Sounds good.
Zelena kind of wants to. She probably would not have brought her whetstone with her to sharpen her blade, so she kind of wants to see if there's somewhere she can sharpen her blade for her sword. And then definitely had to. I'm sorry, I forget the name. Whichever marketplace has some food. She knows how she gets when she gets hungry. She needs her protein. So she's gonna see if she can sharpen her sword and pick up some food.
Okay. So there is an blacksmith right here.
Sorry, one more time.
The
Okay,
blacksmith is right here. Yep.
Okay,
Right here's the tavern, the Rusty Flask.
perfect.
This is the bazaar house, so like the general goods shop.
Okay,
The tinkerer's nook is over here.
okay.
How bizarre.
Ilara is first going to look at the wanted posters.
Okay.
Make sure.
Staring.
See who's on there. And then she's going to probably head to the shaded alley to do some recon.
So in the center of town where that tree is, there's kind of a town bulletin board. You don't see anything or notice anyone that is very important that you met so far. But what does catch your eye is a note written that says "Stay out of the bayou," and it's signed P, just the letter P. Um, but yeah, that's kind of all you can see at the bulletin board. But we will go ahead and go to the Church of Our Light first with our lovely Thea. Alrighty. So when you go inside, you see that there is kind of a normal kind of temple looking. There are just a couple workers or like people who might be practicing their faith and worship. They're hanging around, and there is a pastor or a father, if you will, up at the front. He's not really like there's no service going on or anything like that by any means, but you kind of just see again. It's very non-denominational, that type of thing. So
Okay. Thea walks in, and she goes around just looking. And is there any like iconology or I know you said non-denominational, but sometimes there's still iconology.
yeah. So what you really see is just the main celestial faiths, Astrea, Solus, and Lune, kind of plastered along. Basically, they're going to be the biggest kind of faiths going on right now. The common faiths are a little more subject to smaller groups and things like that who might pray underneath Astrea, Solus, or Lume.
Okay. She's like, hello. And she goes up to the pastor and she says hello.
Oh, hello, child. Welcome in. What can I do for you?
Well, I was just passing through and just was curious when I came upon this temple. This is just for the main faiths, correct? Main
Correct.
celestial faiths.
Of course, child.
No other space for any of the other common faiths?
You are more than welcome to praise the God that you seek, but the Church of Everlight here is for Astreus, Solus, and Lune. Why?
I was just curious. I haven't seen a temple like this before.
Who do you pray to?
Well, personally, I feel a connection to Elisara.
Sarah. I see. Healing and restoration. Are you looking for work? We could use someone like you.
I mean, maybe for the day? I'm supposed to be leaving. Have a group of friends, and we're traveling to Darkfall.
Oh. What has got you into the Sunscorch area north?
Well, you know what? I'm just going with my band of friends.
A pilgrimage.
Yes, and a sword.
Who are your guardians?
Guardians? I mean, they're friends of mine.
Yes, guardians can be friends, but those are who take you along your journey and along your pilgrimage to keep you safe and protected. There is a ceremony. Who was your mentor?
Asked.
I'm very sorry to hear that. And he does a hand signal, and he bows to you. Praise be to the light. I'm sorry, what did you say?
She looks up at him and she's a little shocked. Praise be to the light.
Of course, the light, where those who follow our faiths go.
Yes. I didn't know that there was such a ceremony. Have any books or anything that I could possibly bring with me on my journey?
Unfortunately, child, I don't have anything that I can give to you other than what we practice here at the Everlight Temple.
I understand. Thank you.
Of course. Now, have you received your blessing from Astraeus today?
No, I haven't.
Here. And he goes over to the table and he dips his hands into this water, and he takes some of the powders kind of in front of the altar, and he rubs them on his fingers, and he tells you to come forward. And he on your forehead he makes the symbol of Astraeus, just a small one. It looks like a star with a circle around it. Tell me, what do you know of our god Astraeus?
I know that he's the god of the stars. He guides
Yeah.
people. And this would be
Yes.
a perfect blessing for my pilgrim.
Yes. It is important to remember that Astraeus guides all, those who follow him, even those who don't. It is important to remember that your guardians can be humans, but they will be the ones to stand by your side. They do not need to be at the church, of course, but you will need guardians to complete your pilgrimage, my dear. Now, tell me. And he dips his hands into another color. This one is a bright yellow. What do you know of Solus?
He's the radiant god of the sun. He brings the light and the warmth, and it's said that he's supposed to be a golden figure, surrounded by rays of sunlight, and you can feel his presence in the light of the day.
Yes. And he does another marking along your forehead. It's just of a sun, of a half sun, a setting sun, and he marks you. This is what will bring the light to you and for you to give to others. I can tell that you are very close connected to the warmth. I felt it when you walked in. Now, finally, he dips his hands back into the water and takes out a purple kind of color. What can you tell me about our mother Lune?
Wow. She's said to be mysterious, enchanting, ruling over the moon, and also of the arcane of the magic. And it says that her presence is felt with the night sky and the flow of magic.
Yes, very good, my child. And he marks the symbol of Lune along your forehead. Then he puts his palm against your forehead, and you feel warmth as the symbols kind of like glow for a moment, and they disappear into your skin, and you have been marked by the celestial gods. For the day, all religion checks are succeeded no matter what. So you automatically succeed all religion checks. That have to do, obviously, with Astraeus, Solus, and Lune. Now, if you don't mind, I have a few more people to attend to. There's been a horrible corruption in the swamps recently. It's been infecting the local wildlife, and they've come here to be blessed.
I'm so sorry. A corruption? Like what?
We don't know, but there is a druid who lives in town. Her name is Preya. She may know more.
Oh. I'll definitely go seek my guardians and let them know, but thank you for your time.
Of
Light be with
course.
you.
May the light be with you. And he does the hand sign and bows to you.
She bows back, and she actually goes and she sits at a pew by herself, and just for about like a half hour does her own like silent meditation prayer.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's see here. We will go ahead and go to Zelena. So you said you were going to a blacksmith, didn't you? Hello.
So sorry. Portal.
You're okay. Alrighty. But yes, you do head to the blacksmith, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you head over to the blacksmith, who is kind of working against grain and of some iron, and it's very hot kind of as soon as you walk in. What's going on? But he is kind of an older man. And he's a and as soon as you kind of walk in, he wipes his brow and he goes, "I be with you in a minute."
Okay, take your time. Zola's gonna just look around the shop. Feeling the heat on her skin reminds her of home, and just kind of sends her thoughts back home. Like, I guess worries more than thoughts about how she'll be received when she gets home.
He clinks down on one of the swords. You see it's beautifully handcrafted. And then he puts it over and he sets it down. He goes, "Hi, Louse. What can I do for you?"
Zelena will unsheath her sword and show it to the blacksmith. I was wondering if you could give us a little
Sharpen it.
spruce. Yeah.
She's been some work. You might mind if I see it.
Zelena will hand it over.
Aye.
I trust this with my life. Been through
And
everything together.
I can tell. This is Orkmaid. You were in the military.
That is correct. You have a good eye.
That is my job. But, yeah, I'll give her a sharpen, and because of the military efforts, this one's on the house.
Wow. Thank you.
Of course.
I appreciate your kindness.
And so he goes over, and he places it against the grindstone and starts sharpening it off. You're far from home, my friend.
You could say that. Yeah.
What's got you in the Murkmire?
Well, right now, trying to get back home. But, I made some mistakes that I'm not proud of, and I ran. So,
Hi. Me too. I'm from here. I'm actually up north as well. Iron Ridge. It's a place called Stonehold. where I'm
really?
from.
I, how'd you end up here?
I ran. Made a few mistakes.
Never went back, huh?
No. And unfortunately, I'm not sure if I ever could go back. You're braver than I.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out for me. But I'm hoping for the best. I'm willing to earn my place back.
Quite strong of you. Here. And he finishes sharpening it. You take that back, and you'll add a +1 to your hit.
Yay!
To your hit. Here. Yes.
Yarsh. Oh, oops. That's not what I meant to do. I thank you very much for this. It looks very, very skillfully done.
Well, thank you. Good luck out there, my friend.
And to you.
Bye. And you?
Excellent. Now time for protein.
You know that you are going to be going to the tavern, so you just go ahead and head there now.
She'll probably look around for any of her friends, just kind of like slowly make her way in that direction to see if she bumps into anybody. But she's not
Okay.
gonna go in quite yet.
Okay. I would say that Thea probably by this time would have come out. And you see her coming out of the uh, temple.
Hey, did you learn anything?
There you
I think you're muted.
I was. She's like, yes, but I don't have any books or anything written to back it up. He said that I mean, technically, I'm going on a pilgrimage, which is true, and it was all for the common face. But the thing is, he did say one thing that I don't know if it's common
What's that?
for people of the mind faiths to say is "May the light be with you." I mean, that's what usually people of the light say. But I just don't know, and I can't say anything.
Well, my people believe that God can be found in the mountains and very ground below us, the rivers. So maybe you don't need books. Maybe you just have to look to your surroundings, and the gods will, your ancestors, the gods, they're there.
Yes, but what I was, I guess, looking for information that Bastion would have had. Lacking, I'm
Maybe he's
never going to
still
think
watching
that.
out for you.
Yes, I know that he is, but he did say one thing,
What's that?
Pastor, in there, that I'll need guardians for my pilgrimage, and that there's a ceremony, and that's what I don't know.
Yeah, that is interesting. Well, you have me as your friend and as your ally, so we're in this together. Shall we go into the tavern?
Yes.
Let's get some meat.
Alrighty, and then we will switch over to the shaded alley where Alara and as are at. So, as you're kind of perusing the alley, you're seeing some interesting wares, incenses, potions, foods, different items, and things like that um, in the area. So, what exactly it is it that you guys are looking for?
Well, Laura's staying a little bit like 3 steps behind, as like in the shadows, like pretending that she's snooping on him. Like she thinks that he thinks that she's not there. Like she thinks she's actually like
All right,
successfully. Okay.
roll stealth.
If I knew where my thing was. Okay. Oh, 14.
Okay, so um, yeah, you're actually what's your passive perception as?
That's a good question, isn't it? Passive perception's 13.
So she is able to hide from you, so you don't know that she's following you.
Heard. As will be like walking around, looking through the shops, talking to himself like, I wonder if I can get Zol to eat this piece of food. I wonder what it does. How much money can I bet on this? I wonder if Laura would take that up. Thea would probably disown me, but it's fine. And he'll keep going and like looking. Like, he looks like for like any like weapons shops or anything like that in the back alley or even like bookshops.
Okay.
Alara, she does a purpose for her meaning. Like she's listening in on conversations, seeing if she hears anything about the Shadow Court, anything about the Concord, and that's basically it. The Concord and Shadow Court, like hearing anything, like if is the Concord nearby, has anybody heard the Shadow Court like rumblings? Because they saw the Dark Knight, but she's mostly focused like on the Concord, making sure they're not near. And she's
Okay. How about both of you roll investigation?
Okay.
oh god, this not be good. Oh, okay, 18.
This is this plus 2. 14.
You said what was it?
I had a
I was
14. She had an
14.
18.
Okay. Both of you actually, uh, you almost get the sixth sense you're being watched.
that's not what she wanted to hear. Okay. She's gonna tug her like she's fidgeting with her hood and like trying to pull it over her head more and like her one uh a glove on her hand. She's pulling it up more and like holding down her sleeves and like covering her like book holsters she has like on her. Like, oh, they don't know who I am.
Az will have one of his hands on his rapier as he's walking through, just ready to strike if needed. When he gets closer to like the weapons shops and stuff like that, he's going to be like listening more intently on like any guilds or any bounty hunters recently taking up, because he knows that they will be restocking and looking for magical weapons to get targets. So
When he stops, she's gonna stop at the stall next to him and like pretend she's looking at things in that stall. Like picking up things like, oh, what is the fuck is
Okay.
this?
Okay. So, as you kind of are trying to just stay a little bit more um, low key, I guess, is if you will. Um, um, you as you don't realize it. I know it's not that you don't realize it, but someone bumps into you, and it's this man who looks.
To Az or me.
This is for Azrael.
Okay.
Um, he has dark, shoulder length hair, a small like chin strap beard, wearing very dark clothes. And you see his pendant kind of is like this kind of red gemstone. He's very handsome looking. But he like you like turn to look at him for a second and almost a flash of like red like kind of goes over his eyes for a moment. Um but then it goes back to his kind of dark, kind of stormy gray eyes. And he goes, "Watch where you're going."
you bumped into me.
You were in the way.
So you watch where you're going.
Maybe you shouldn't stand where I need to be.
Maybe you should walk around where I'm standing.
You notice the weapons strapped to his back. This is not a fight you want to get in.
I'll keep going my way, you keep going yours. Sorry for the intrusion.
He turns and he looks, and then he walks away. You kind of turn around. And you're like, I'm pretty 90 or 80% sure I could have taken on that guy, but
No,
you,
Az turns
you
around and
will
goes,
do it.
I probably would have died. Thank God none of my
Alara,
friends were here to see that.
that man was radiating powerful magical energy,
Got
and
very
you
aura.
noticed that yeah, like Alara, you are like almost immediately like almost drawn to this man of the power he kind of wields. It doesn't feel like shadows, but it's definitely
It's giving off major daddy energy.
Well,
something like that.
she picking up on that, she'd probably follow him in his footsteps, seeing what she could
Well, fine. I guess whatever.
think about him. Yeah.
Abandon me. Whatever. It's fine.
She found what she was looking for, okay?
You know what? Fair.
She's like, oh.
All right,
Okay.
roll a perception check.
Which one? Both of us?
Just Alara, since she's kind of going after him.
8.
Um, you
I know.
you roll Arcana with it.
Fuck. 11.
No, that's good. I mean, anything over
It
a 10 is more than average, so that's
was
good.
almost an 18, though.
um, you're kind of like searching for him, and you lose him eyesight. But then his like kind of magical pulsing energy kind of radiates, and you follow him down toward where the zeppelins and the docks kind of are of this town, and you kind of see other ships like kind of moored into the bayou, kind of the marshy areas of the docks. Some zeppelins are kind of like tied down to gangplanks and things like that. um but you realize you're kind of now more by yourself in this area, and you have lost his um I don't want to say like scent.
His signature, his magical signature.
Ooh, that's actually a
Yeah.
really good one. I like that. His magical signature. And you're kind of left by yourself for a second. And you see Thea and Zol actually coming down from the opposite direction of you.
She she's kind of like hiding behind like a barrel. They could totally probably see her doing this, like being all weird. But he's like looking, and she looks like, "The fuck? That's damn it!"
Are you hiding from someone?
Then she jumps like, "No, I am no."
Oh, hey, Alara, how's it going? Did you find what you're looking for?
Ha 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 ha. No.
Okay.
What were you looking
Uh,
for?
a man actually. He not that kind of man. Not like romantic at all. Like like at
I was
this.
I
gonna
was gonna
say, you
say
can get laid
there's
later. I mean, let's go get some food.
Yes. Yes. What she said.
So the three of you round a corner, and you find yourself to back into an alleyway, taking the wrong corner on accident. And you're now facing down 5 men wielding crossbows.
What?
Stop right there, all of you.
Yes.
You um they all have their kind of crossbows trained on you. Do you all raise your hands?
yeah.
Uh, Zoe will. She will cooperate for now.
They are in like armor, like soldiers' armor. And then you see a squat man in this lavish clothing pushing through the others. And he brandishes like a chubby finger at the three of you. I'm this city's fine mayor, and you ruffians are under arrest.
What?
We
What did
didn't
we
do
do?
anything.
Round them up, men. These bandits are wanted dead or alive. Uh,
Bandits? We haven't taken anything.
the men with crossbows step from the shadows, revealing themselves to be city guards. They move towards you, ready to bind your hands. Um,
Well,
yeah.
Please, please, there must be an understanding. We just got into town. We haven't done anything wrong.
we were shopping.
I
Please, I
know who
just
you're
went to the
looking
temple.
for. I know who you're looking for.
You do?
Yeah. Does it happen to be the person that brought us here?
The city guards glance at one another, starting to seem uncertain as one addresses the mayor. Are you sure we've got the right people? They don't look anything like they're carrying anything stolen. And the mayor goes, "Of course I'm certain. Do as you're told, or I'll have you arrested for insubordination." Um,
Does Ads come around the corner at this point, or is
Alara, roll Arcana.
Okay. Don't fuck me, Gil. Ah!
Oh no, Alara, no.
I think you spoke that into fruition. I'm just gonna say.
I'll also give this to Thea. Thea, roll religion or Arcana.
Oh, I'm gonna roll religion.
Wow, you succeeded that.
Thank you.
Yes.
You sense darkness on the mayor, the same darkness you felt on those bandits and the dark knight from the temple before. You can tell that he might be under the corruption of the Shadow Court. But the mayor draws a blade, his lips pulling back in this devilish snarl as shadows billow around him, doubling his stature. Well, now, I'm afraid you leave me no choice. He lunges forward, but a figure steps in front of you before, and he says, "Not so fast." The man that Alara you saw from earlier steps from the shadows. Literally had no idea he was even there. He could have, maybe he teleported through the shadows. Who knows? But a blast of energy erupts from this man's hand, sending the mayor's men sprawling forward. They all kind of clink together as he then conjures a spell, and the metal sticks to the walls as all of the men are stuck there. The mayor remains standing with his blade at the ready. He glares back at the man who stares back coldly, his stoic features arranged in an expression of loathing. Well, you want to fight. And the man goes, "Gladly." The mayor lunges again, but the man deftly sidesteps, his hair whipping around as he spins behind the mayor. Quick as a shadow, he draws a slender sword strapped to his back, where he then takes it and he decapitates the mayor. Blood, where normally it should have been, doesn't spew, but this black, inky disgustingness kind of comes out of the mayor's head. Um, he
That's
wipes he wipes off the liquid and holds the decapitated mayor's hand or head in his hand, and he just disintegrates it into fire as it burns to ash and ember. He Behind him, the mayor's men stagger to get back to their feet as their gaze sharpen. He flicks the blood off of his blade and he says, "Run."
Zol's.
And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
No! I need to
No!
get samples!
What?
It's only 8.
I know. Things I gotta
Alright.
do. My sister did just text me.
Okay.
Literally just
Yeah.
she texted me at 7:58.
Okay.